Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna get this started. Okay, cool. So we've got only two people that traded Forex. Okay, interesting. All right, then cool. So I'm just gonna dive straight into it. And the reason why obviously I wanted to do this training is because I mean naturally people's curiosity is starting to increase in terms of learning how to trade. And for some people, obviously, Forex might be a better fit for them. Forex might be a better fit for them. The reason why we use HFX as a foundation is because, man, with HFX, we haven't been able to gain so much confidence, sharing or helping people make money, right, in such a short space of time. I'm sure even if you haven't introduced anyone, I'm certain if you're trading HFX, you're confident within 72 hours you can get someone a newbie a result. And that's why we obviously used HFX as a foundation. But then obviously once you have that foundation, yes, you want to dive into other things, crypto, Swipecoin Scalper. Tasha done incredible training. We have incredible trainers furthermore on the platform with Sun Augustin, the Go Live Educator. I believe it's actually live tonight at midnight. So that's like a get paid session for crypto. So if you wanna get involved in that, definitely plug in at midnight. So 7 p.m. Eastern. So 5 hours. We're 5 hours ahead. So yeah, I believe that would be midnight. So so with this, ladies and gents, so Oren Wright, he is the creator of the Levels app. And what we're doing is called Levels because what we do is that we trade off levels, simply put. All right. So I'm just going to dive into the info. Right? I'm not going to, ramble too much. We are here to give the source. So that's what we are going to do. So let me share my screen. Okay. So share screen. Cool. Now, first and foremost, guys, for you to understand, obviously, how to utilize, how to trade Forex. Okay, first and foremost, what you want to do is build the foundation again, right? And with HFX, you can, cut corners. You can, but eventually you'll get to a point where it'll catch you up, right? Because, there's a lot of get paid sessions. What we're doing is following instructions. But if you want to be profitable, guys, again, you really need to take the time out to learn, because as you learn, you're going to find that not every opportunity is a good opportunity, right? Because on the Go Live sessions, there's times where they're making too much money, right? So they don't really care about the payouts, right? So, typically, often they're looking at payouts that pay out just 60%, for example, right? For me, no, I don't deal with 60%. All right. But because if I'm looking to gain whatever percentage I'm looking to gain for the day, I'm going to have to trade more to actually fulfill my goal, right? To reach my goal, right? For example, if I wanted to make, I don't know, 20 pounds in the day, and I am investing, I don't know, let's say 10 pounds, right? So if you're investing 10 pounds with a payout of 60%, okay, 6 times what? 4 will give you a profit of 20. Okay, 24 about 3. Okay, so in 4 trades, I would need that to actually hit my percentage, right? But if I'm looking at a payout of like 80%, for example, all right, so of 80%, so 80% of 10 pounds, that would be 8 pounds. So yeah, in 3 trades, you know, I can reach my percentage, right? So 8 times 3, okay, it'll be 24 in 3 trades. Whereas with a 60% payout, I'll have to trade 4 times, right? And the more you trade, the more, you know, it's the law of averages, right? You know, the more chances you have of losing your trades. So, yeah, let's work. Okay, it's just, I use the same analogy all the time. You know, if you're being offered the same opportunity, okay, if you're being offered a job that's gonna pay you, where the roles are exactly the same, but one role pays you a bit more, you're always gonna choose the one that pays a bit more, especially if you're doing the same thing, right? So I use the same analogy when obviously using investing, involved into HFX. So yeah, but then again, that comes with the education, right? Now with oh, where did it go? Cool. So what you want to do is first and foremost learn. You want to learn obviously the basics. So IM sensor. Okay, IM sensor. Okay, so you want to obviously go into your login. Okay, and whatever you have access to, guys, you'll have obviously access to learn it in the academies. So if you go into academies, all right, click academies, you'll then be able to obviously select the academy you want to study. So if it's Forex, HFX, obviously you plug into that. But yeah, if I wanted Forex, for example, I don't know why the English one is not popping up. But yeah, if you had the English one, obviously, well, I speak French, so this is not an issue for me. But yeah, you just go through the videos, because what I'm gonna break down is what you'll need to actually, you know, understand, especially for my newbies, for my HFX. You won't understand what stop losses, pending orders are, take profit, stop losses, right? So on the Forex Academy, that's where you're gonna learn it. Okay, how to use MT4, right, which is where we execute trades. Okay, that's this is what you need. And as you can see here, guys, you see Forex 101. Okay, 101 to 1010, that will cover the basics. Okay, but then if you go to, and the reason why I'm mentioning that is because if you go on to your educators, guys, you'll see that every educator covers a specific levels, right? Specific levels in terms of education. So if I go into, well, yeah, levels, okay, or whatever you're learning. So here, guys, you can see Forex Basics, Forex Advanced. If you're on a session, and you know, I remember I done this, I wasted a lot of time when actually when I first started. You know, if you saw my message a few days ago, I spent 6 months without watching the first video, what is Forex? All right, so I wasted a lot of time. Okay, so yeah, the reason why I jumped on the session and didn't understand is because I didn't go through the basics, the Forex basics, right? So then when they were speaking about things, I didn't understand, right? Eventually, when I covered the basics and didn't go through the advanced sessions, and I jumped on the advanced sessions, I didn't get it because, again, why? I didn't go through the actual basics, right? So with levels, this is an advanced level. So what you want to do is go through the, obviously, series 100. So 100, you can see it there. Okay, then it goes to 200. Okay, so 100 to 200, that is the basics covered. All right, it may seem a lot, but it's not as much as you think. All right, but if you wrap up with, let's say, you can even wrap up with even journaling. Okay, journal de trading. You can wrap up with there, because journaling is very important. And then, yeah, you can call it a wrap there. So just write notes and then refer back to it every time, obviously, you need the information. Okay, so that's that covered, right? So to actually understand this, and this is probably the reason why you won't get this right away, is because maybe you haven't gone through, obviously, the basics and advanced sessions. All right, but now let's go into the juicy stuff. Okay, it's important that I covered that, just so we know. Okay, now with levels, guys, what we're doing is actually taking advantage of the number one reversal pattern in the foreign exchange market, all right, which is what? The head and shoulders pattern, okay? So head and shoulders pattern looks like this, all right? And this is going to help you to see the market in a different way as well, all right? So you have a left shoulder, okay? Okay, and then you have the middle section, which is the head, which is normally bigger than the shoulders, right? It's like me, right? You know, I have a left shoulder here, my head, and then my right shoulder, right? And then, yeah, then the right shoulder would obviously reach the height of the left shoulder and then go back down, all right? This is an example of a normal head and shoulders, right? Now, if I Google it, head and shoulders pattern, and shoulders pattern. Okay, let me see if I can get a diagram, a clean one. So yeah, with this, yeah. So if you see this right here, is there a better one? Is there a better version that we can use? Better one? Okay, so let's just use this. Cool. So here's our head and shoulders. So this one would be when it's upside down, we call it an inverted head and shoulders. Okay, so you have bullish and bearish head and shoulder patterns. All right, this one would be a bullish one. An inverted head and shoulders would be bullish, right? So you have the left shoulder here, it broke through, went back to obviously what we call the neckline, and then it pushes back down to form the head. Then it retests, it goes back up to the neckline to then obviously complete the right shoulder. And then once it does that, it obviously breaks through the neckline. But if it drops down again, that's a chance to get into the market for a buy and then obviously carry it on. With a normal head and shoulders, this is a bearish pattern, meaning this is obviously a selling pattern. Eventually, the ultimate move is to sell. Okay, sell this this trade. So I'm actually gonna show you this. You're gonna actually see this a lot in the market. All right. So you have the inverted right there. Yep. So those are the main patterns that you're gonna see. All right. Now let me clean this up just so you can actually see exactly what is going on. I'm gonna show you a result that I got today. Actually, there's 2 trades that I placed using this from last week that's still active. And I placed a trade today, which hey, you know, it's treating us good right now. Okay, so how long have I been muted, by the way, guys? I just noticed that I was muted. How long have I been muted? If you're still there, you know. I can hear. I heard everything. Okay, cool. All right, perfect. Okay, cool. So we got the patterns, right? We got the patterns. Now there's two ways you can use levels. You can use the Monday system, okay, which again, it normally forms a head and shoulders pattern throughout the week. But what we're going to focus on specifically is the Asian sessions, okay? The Asian sessions, which ranges from, so first and foremost, it's important to change the time. If you click here, time zone, it's important that we change it to obviously London or wherever you're based, right? If you're in the UK, obviously you want to change it to UK so that obviously the ranges are, obviously you know the ranges, right? So if you look at this candle here, okay, and for those who are unfamiliar with candles, candles are these things right here, right? The green, red, etc. Okay, and depending on which chart you're on, that will tell you whether, well, you know, how much each candle is worth, right? So if I click on the 1 hour chart, so that means every one of these candles represents an hour. All right, so the Asian session will start at 11, okay, and then end at 7, okay, 7 a.m. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Now, it's very simple, guys. All right, it's very, very simple. All we're doing, guys, is following these rules right here. Okay, we're following these rules right here. Okay, and I actually want you guys to, this is going to be a Q&A. All right, so I want you guys to participate. And you're gonna learn a lot more by participating first and foremost, right? Don't just be on here just to watch. Let's participate. So I'm gonna ask you questions, and I want you guys to obviously answer back. Unmute yourself as well. There's not many of us, so it won't be too noisy, right? So first and foremost, you have the step one, Asian session. We have obviously the market just going up and down in a certain zone, a certain range, which is our Asian range. So for buying opportunities, what we want the market to do is break out below the Asian range. Okay, so let's look for that. Let's look for that opportunity. So we saw actually well, I saw one here. Let's look at a perfect one here. So we saw that right here. Actually, well, yeah, well, I actually baited it out already. So here, guys, this is the Asian range. Okay, I'm gonna actually make a horizontal line here just to clarify or highlight that. Couldn't agree with you more. Just to highlight, you know, this was the peak of the Asian session, okay, of the 10th. Okay, and as you can see, so there was a candle that just broke out. You know, even if it's a major break or, you know, small break, it still broke out. Okay, so actually this would be a selling one, actually. Sorry, this would be a selling opportunity. So this is a selling opportunity. The market broke out of the Asian range. So step two, okay, I want it to break below the Asian range for me to get into prepare to get into a selling opportunity. Okay, and then once it breaks out, I want it to retest. Sell once the market retests. Now, what does retest mean? Retest simply means it breaks through, okay, and then it goes back to obviously the zone where there was a level of support or resistance, but support in this case, okay, aka floor, and then obviously it went back down, okay. So that would be a great time to sell. But then also it came back down again. It came back up again to retest the same position. And when we see that, that's another opportunity to sell. So we saw that happen right here. Where do we see it? Right here. It just broke off the zone. So what I'll do right here is draw up my horizontal line here. And what you want to do is make the horizontal line here, so that you get the wick. So the wick is the skinny line that you see here to the body of the candle. The body of the candle is right where this red candle is. All right. So this skinny thing is the wick. And then that is the body. That's where the meat is. All right. So now what I'll be looking for now, I'm only interested in sales for this Asian session here. Okay. All right. So then now I'll only look back at this for selling opportunity. I'm only interested once it actually broke through here. Okay. It broke through here. And then as you can see, actually it came back and retested. Okay. Now it's quite, you know, obviously depending on the time frame that you're looking at would determine, you know, how great of a retest that is. If we're looking solely on that, then it's not the most perfect. There are better ones, but once we see, obviously you have to wait a bit of time. So going to a smaller time frame. Okay. And you can see that eventually, yeah, we start to go down. All right. And when you go down, guys, what you want is, these are the rules that you want to follow. So you'll take profit. Okay. Take profit. So this will be a sell, right? Take profit would be 20 pips. Okay. Stop loss.
Here is quiet though, not like.
Stop
Yeah.
loss would be 50 pips.
Wherever you go in Barbados, music.
Okay, Sharon, how you doing? We can hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My apologies.
Okay, so 50 pips on stop loss. Now it may seem a lot, you know, obviously the risk to reward, for those of you who are familiar with risk to reward, may not be the best. However, that gives it, most of the time, it doesn't actually, you know, hit your stop loss. All right. Obviously it does. Rarely, to be honest. I've rarely, you know, got my stop loss hit. But yeah, that would be the rules to actually take advantage of this trade. However, obviously, you won't just going for, you can take two trades. Now, there's a thing called twin trading, where what you can do is split your trade in half. So there's a thing called lot size. Is everyone familiar with lot size, guys? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Remember, this is interactive, guys. We're doing this for you guys, right? I know I'm making money. I made my money today, right? I'm going to make more money tomorrow. So guys, really need your communication. No, okay. So lot size simply means the amount you're going to invest per trade. So should be able to see my screen now. Okay, so lot size is this thing right here. So where it says 0.30, okay? 0.30 simply means I'm investing £3 per pip, right? So every time the market goes up by £1, so let's say we're just use simple numbers, we go from £100 to £101, I've invested £3 per pip. All right, so every price point that I go up, so £1, yeah, so 100 and the difference between £100 and £101 is £1. But that because I'm investing £3 per pip, that 1 point move is worth £3. Okay, so if it goes to 101, if it moves from 100 to £110, I would actually go up to £30. Right, per pip. Why? Because 3 times 10 pips is £3. Okay, so obviously this is today's results. Is going well so far. Yeah, so that's what a pip is. All right, so lot size. What you want to do is twin trades. Okay, again, for my newbies, yes, it may be a bit overwhelming, but twin trading is going to help you to maximize the trade. All right, it's going to help you to maximize the trade. So twin trade, split your trade in half. So let's say I wanted to go in for £10 per pip. All right, so £10. Okay, £10 per pip. So that'd be a 0. Be a 0. Then split into half, that would be obviously 0.5. 0.50. 0.50. Okay. So that's my lot size. So twin trading, it means I will go in for 2 entries. Now, had I gone for 1 entry from here, 20 pips, okay, that will take us down to, okay, all the way down here. Okay, this ruler right here. So from there to there, we got 20 pips. Okay, 20 pips. And actually, it was perfect, actually, because, yeah, when we got to 20 pips, yeah, it actually went back up a bit. All right. But then because having done that, so 50 times the 20, that would be what? So actually, that would be £5. So 5 times 20, that would have been £120 you would have made in that move. 5, yeah, 50 times 20 pips. Is that right? My math's correct? My math is not the best, guys. 20. Okay, it's £10. Okay, cool. So it's £20. All right, cool. Whereas, but if I kept going, which I would have kept going, because what I would have done with my stop loss now is I would have dropped it down to my entry. So the price that I entered. Okay, so let's say the price that I entered was right here. Okay, they say the price I entered was right here. Okay, if I press sell right here, I would have got this move right, or the whole move, as you can see, it went all the way down here. Okay, so having done that, all right, I would move my stop loss to break even. All right, so let's say stop loss is above entry. And when your stop loss is above entry, that simply means that you can't lose the trade. You cannot lose money. You've secured a certain amount of profit. Okay, so if the market did go back up to this price, all right, you would have secured a certain amount. So if it's, I don't know, you invested £1 per pip and your stop loss helped you to come to actually secure 10 pips, you would have secured £10 in that trade. Okay, so you guarantee. So unlike HFA, there's no such thing where you're up like 10 points. You can't put like a protection, right? You can't put protection so that when it reaches a level, you come out of the trade, right? I don't know if it's making sense. If it's not making sense, let me know. But yeah, with Forex, guys, if you're up a certain, if your trade is in profit, all right, you can guarantee you leave with a certain amount of profit. Okay, so whether that's 10 pips, depending, if you're 100 points up, for example, so if you went in at £100 for a buying opportunity and you're now up at £200, if you see there's a lot more potential for it to keep going, you're gonna let it ride, but then put your stop loss at, let's say, 120, so that you can obviously secure that £20, regardless if it drops down the market. You've got your £20 secured, definitely. All right, so that's one thing I definitely like about Forex. All right, so if you had done that, okay, you would have entered the market here, would have went all the way down to here. Okay, and that's what, 62 pounds or 62 pips. Okay, now if you invested £1 a pip, yeah, that's 62 pounds. All right, it's an easy 62 pounds. But because you traded it twice, right, you gained your 20 pips here on the first trade. Okay, so that was an extra £10. So that will have been £70 in that trade. Okay, all from just waiting. All right, just playing the waiting game. Okay, now you have, what I like to trade, guys, is NAS. Okay, I'm sure some of you have seen. NAS is definitely what I was the, I started the movement in regards to actually, for those who likes cryptos, guys, who likes cryptos, who's trading with cryptos, who's investing into cryptos, because guys, there's there's a great trade that Levels actually called out, and sheesh, if you got into this, you would still be laughing, right? So last week, oh man. Okay, so we're just following the rules, right? We're just following the rules. Okay, so again, so if you look at this Asian session right here, okay, what would have happened is we saw that the market just about broke out here. Just about broke out here. You can see the skinny wick. So what does that mean? This is potentially, we're looking at a selling opportunity now, right? The market broke out of the Asian range just about, but now that means we are only looking at selling opportunities, all right, with this strategy. So then what I'm going to do is put my horizontal line below here, okay, at the bottom of the wick, the skinny line. Okay, and then I'm going to put my horizontal line at the body, okay, of this candle right here. Sheesh. I don't know if you can see this already, guys, but what happened is, yeah, obviously we saw it drop. It did drop down. It did break through it again. And there was a bit of a retest. If you go down on a smaller time frame, Okay, if you go on a smaller time frame, you would have got an opportunity. So if you go down on the 15-minute, okay, it did break down. It did retest. Okay, here, so it broke through. Then it retested again, just like we see here. So it broke through, retested again. Okay, and then it went down. Right, same thing here. A lot quicker, of course, but it's still done the same thing. All right, and if we had gotten here, you guys know with Bitcoin, she moves very fast, very fast. Okay, so if we done that, oof, I believe. Look at the price. That's a quick 430 pips, guys. Okay, 430 pips. Now, if you invested 10 pence per pip, you know, £30 you would have made. Okay, just that small move, guys. And we're looking at the 15-minute time frame. So that would have been in not long, probably a couple hours. So 0.1 equals, or 0.10 equals, that equals a pound. Yeah, equals a pound. It obviously depending on your broker. If you're using KLT Forex, for example, you would, because of cryptos is slightly different. So 0.1, if you're with Hugo's Way, for example, that's £1 a pip. So then 400, so 430 pips, that would have been, yeah, £430. All right. If you invested 0.10, that's £10 per pip. So then you would have made £4,300, guys. All right. Again, depending on your broker. Again, I'm using the Hugo's Way metrics. And then obviously, if you used obviously 0. or 1.0, that would equate to £100 per pip. So 100 times obviously the 400 of, yeah, you're talking serious money, or 43,000, right? And there was even a better entry here, right here, guys. You can't, guys, you can't. It doesn't get better than this. All right, look how clear that is, and you would have still been in the trade. Now, again, yeah, you will have had to wait for a bit of time. However, look at this. The bottom of obviously the Asian candle wick, okay, and the horizontal line is attached to the body. Look at that, it broke through and then perfectly rejected off. It broke through and then perfectly rejected off, bounced off. Okay, just like we saw here, guys, right? So it went up, broke through, retested. It done it initially in that 15-minute chart. But it went down, but then retested it again. Sheesh. And then she flew. Right? She broke through the second time here, retested perfectly, and then went down. And look at that, guys. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. With this trade right here, you could have probably retired. Okay, so my God, I don't trade cryptos, but man, seeing this, oh my gosh. Wait. Let me see how many pips this is. How many pips? I believe that's 8,000. So what, 5,000? So let's do the calculations. So from 5,000, if anyone can now calculate that for me, guys. So the blue line, so the blues, the numbers in blues is obviously, that's where we dropped from 5,137 down to 4,275. Mathematicians, obviously, get your hats on. So 51371 minus 42756. Oh God, 8,000 pips. Yeah, 8,000 pips. Sheesh. Okay, so 8,000 times even 10 pence. Yeah, 10 pence per trade. You only made 860, and that went straight down, guys. This is in a matter of. So from when did that happen? From what time is this? About 7. In a few hours, 10 pence, you would have made 661. If you invested £1, 8,000 pounds. If you invested £10 per pip, £86,000 in that one trade. How? Just by following the system. Following the system, guys. All right. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, thank you, Sister D. Does that make sense? That was crazy. Like I said, I don't trade HFX, but man, I mean crypto. But man, that's a crazy entry right there. Perfect and beautiful entry, furthermore. All right, so yeah, I wanted to wrap up with NAS. I trade NAS, as you guys probably have seen. And like I showed you, there was entries that I got into. So there was one entry. So this was a screenshot from an hour ago. So these are active trades. One trade I got in at 15,656. All right, so we're gonna find out what I done to actually get in. All right, 15,656. So I believe it's around here. So this was a trade. Actually, I sent it in the group a while ago. Actually, I sent it in the group. Where is it? HFX. No, NAS. 100. This one? No. That's trade triggered. Okay, it's not. Okay, so all of these are from ages ago. But yeah, I sent it in the group basically a while ago. It was laughing. So 656. So let me show you how I got into that. 656, 15,656. Okay, cool. Let's go into the market. So I believe 656 was around here. 15,656, 656, 56. Yep. So let me put a horizontal line there. Okay, cool. So let me zoom in. Okay, before I show you this, guys, does anyone have any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, we've got the chat going off. Do you use Fibonacci? I do, but that's only the 50% of the Monday section. So if you look at here, there's a Monday here, and there's always the 50% line. So Fibonacci level, which you can use as a form of entry. But I don't want to bombard you with too much information. Just want to obviously, just focus on the aging ranges for now. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Yeah. So everything. So there's no questions. That means tomorrow everyone should be using levels and you should be dropping profits. Right? Don't just be here for the sake of being. Like I said, guys, I'm making money. All right. We're making money over here. You can see, obviously, you know, we're just letting the money just come in. But we're doing this because, we believe that this will help someone. So really use this time, guys. Ask questions. Don't feel shy. You know, don't be too cool. All right. And ask me questions later, because the question you're probably wondering now is probably what someone wants to ask. So don't hesitate to ask questions, guys. All right. But yeah, 5,656. Okay. So what I done was, wait, where was it? Was it here? Was it here or was it here? No. Okay, so we've got something in the chat. What brokers do you use? I use FXTM. I prefer to use just regulated brokers. With Hugo's Way and KOT Forex, yeah, you can use. I used to use Hugo's Way for a long time, but you have to bear in mind it is unregulated. All right, so probably for your first few thousand, maybe it's okay, but then it's unregulated, so there can be some challenges you may face. All right, but obviously, yeah, just be aware. But yeah, me, I don't want to have any concerns. So yeah, I never used levels, but need to look at it, then get back to you with questions. Okay, no problem. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna use just regulated brokers really. But with NAS, yeah, I took a bit of a pay cut, but it's just simpler to put in money. You can put in money with your bank card. Whereas with KLT Forex and Hugo's Way, you have to buy Bitcoin and then fund your account that way. So yeah, there's some of the perks, things you don't have to worry about. Okay, so actually, saying that, are there any educators who trade gold levels live? No, there isn't. It is quite manual, to be honest. It is quite manual. So there's a thing where you do have to study. You do have to study. You do have to plug into the Go Lives. So Owen Wright is the only educator. He is live at 9 p.m. Monday. So for us, 5 hours ahead is 2 a.m. And then Tuesday is same time. All right. And he has great topics as well. Great topics. Now, if you really wanna study, he's your guy. I'm not really a studier, but for some reason, well, probably because of the NAS, is one of the few products that you can actually mark up on NAS. Like you can systemize NAS. Hence why I looked at this. What is this name again? So the product's called Levels, and the educator is Oren Wright. Okay, and as you can see, guys, it's 400 series. So if anything I said didn't make sense, well, it's because we need to go through the academy, right? So remember, for anyone that missed it, okay, the basics are from series 101, so Forex 101 to 200. Okay, so to 207, that will cover the basics. Okay, but then obviously from 200 to 300, that will cover the intermediate side. But then 300 to 400, that will cover for the advanced side. But again, if you go up to even, again, I don't know why just the French version is available to me, but on the English, I believe it's 350, I believe. Obviously, if you go into your academy and go through the basics, then I believe it will be that. All right, so Oren Wright is right here. Okay, Owen Wright. And great videos as well in regards to obviously learning. So he has introducing levels. So levels was updated. So this Asian range session is very new. Even me, I'm learning how to utilize it. And obviously strategies that make up the updated level system. So it is very, manual, but what can help you? So instead of obviously checking the charts all the time, is you want to wait for certain levels. So for example, I got in at 5-6. Well, actually, looking at it now, I did. I used it wrong actually. So if I go here, okay, because what I done was just look at the high of, I actually used it wrong. Okay, so I got lucky with how I made the money, but it worked, right? So 565. The reason why I got into it, so using this level here, okay, is because, so again, this is like 5664. So I was at 565 if I look at my entry. So 15, 5, 6, 6, 5, 6. Okay, so I was about 1.5656, right? 656. Yeah, so it was about here. So I got in cleanly. So I got in, so I used it wrong on that occasion. I was probably not the best example, but yeah, I got in, and look at this, guys. Now I could have got out earlier, of course. I could have got out earlier. But yeah, from that one, so this was on Friday. So if I change the time, okay, so if I change the time, it went all the way from this cell here. It went all the way down. All the way down here from one trade. Now, obviously, I had a twin trade. So for those of you who are not familiar with twin trade, so it's breaking your lot size into half. Okay, so lot size, once again, is what you see here. So 0.30, that would equate to £3 per pip. 0.1, that would equate to £1 per pip. If you want a twin trade, what you'll do is split them in half. So this would be 0.15 and 0.15. Okay, so what I done was obviously one trade was for 20 pips, and obviously that happened very quickly. Okay, that happened very quickly. Okay, but then obviously the next day came, but yeah, so we were still in this. We were still in this, guys. All right, but then again, the next day, we could have got into another opportunity. Why? Because obviously we saw that the market, obviously, why NAS 100? NAS 100 is faster than currency pairs. It's worth more than currency pairs. With a 0. So yeah, you can invest the same amount, get the same amount of. So with 10 pips, if you gain 10 pips on the indices, that's 100 points basically. Whereas with 10 points or 10 pips on a Forex pair, that's literally just 10. So let's say, for example, I invested £1 with a Forex pair, AUD JPY. We went from £100 to £110, and investing £1 per pip, I would have made £10. But when you're investing, when you're involved in NAS or indices, they're worth more. So if an index goes from 100 to 110, that's worth 100. So I'd have made £100 on that trade. Same move, but because index is worth a lot more, it's worth and it's the same thing with gold. Yeah, it's just the value of them obviously hold a lot more weight. All right. So yeah, I actually used it wrong on that entry. So let me find a better example. So with this one now, I believe this is a much better example here. So here we obviously saw the market actually go actually broke upwards, right? So this was a selling opportunity. So again, the Asian range, the yellow box, okay, the yellow box broke upwards. Okay, so what we're looking now is for selling opportunity. So we want the market to drop down below the Asian range, retest so that we can go in for a sell, right? So you're gonna put in your lines. So the line will be from the skinny line, the horizontal line, to the body, which would be the meat of the candle. Okay, so yeah, obviously we saw this is not the cleanest. Okay, it's not as clean as that Bitcoin trade, right? Remember that Bitcoin trade? It was perfect. Ideally, that's what you want to look for. But even with this, guys, it broke through. Okay, it retested, so it bounced off it again, and then it went down. So if we go into this would have been how many pips? Oof. About 24 pips. And that's enough. If we're following the rules, okay, so take profit. So your target take profit. Would have been 20 pips or 25 pips. 20 to 25. Stop loss, 50 pips. Okay, to give it enough space to retrace and then obviously go in your direction. But with this, it would have been very quick. So your 20 pips would have obviously, you would have entered here once it obviously broke through, rejected. Okay, you would have went in. Then about to that first wick here, just here, you would have got bang on 25 pips. So then one trade would have been secured. Okay, and the second trade, what you want to do is not, there's a thing called stop loss, right? So the stop loss, what you want to do, so yeah, whatever the market, you do whatever the market's telling you. I know, yeah, obviously it's a coincidence we're only looking at buys, but I'm going to wrap up with a trade that I got into. So this buy that I got into, okay, was from today, earlier today. Following obviously the head and shoulders pattern rule, right? So that's a buying opportunity. Well, what we're gonna do is just react to what the market's telling us. That's all we're gonna do. Okay, so 565. Actually, yeah. Okay, so cool. We would have got 1 pip here, but then the second trade, although it didn't hit, you know, you've just answered my question. Okay. Yeah, it's not just selling up, it's buying opportunities. But then it actually broke through again, obviously done what it was meant to do. And then this one right here, this retest was perfect. Perfect. Right? Perfect. Okay, so this rejection right here, it broke through, went back up, rejected, and went down. And sheesh, this should go down. Beautiful entry right there. And that alone, how many pips was that? About 210 pips. 210 pips. Now the numbers are crazy, but the reason why I say 210 is because if you look at this blue line where I brought up the measuring stick, wherever's blue, that's where I put the ruler. I started the ruler, and then the price went down to 15,358. All right, so that is 210 points. So if you invested £1 per pip, that's like you're gonna make 2,000 in that trade. Okay, it's crazy. And that's 100 again, depending on your broker. For me, my broker is a bit more is relaxed. If you're using Hugo's way, sheesh. Yeah, you are clear. Okay, you are very clear. Okay, but let's look at the last trade that I was in today. So remember, guys, there's a head and shoulders pattern, right? And this is where we're going to speak about the Monday system. Okay, the Monday system. Now, with the Monday system, you will find it here. Okay, how to trade the Monday system. Okay, so let me bring this up.
First.
Okay, so we spoke about head and shoulders.
So no opportunity. Okay, so on an inverted head and shoulder, we buy the market on the right shoulder.
Yeah, so the market will now be, when you're buying, the market will be looking at an inverted head and shoulders. Okay, ultimately. All right, and that's what happened when I got into this trade. Okay, so let's let this ride for a bit.
Head and shoulder pattern, we sell the market on the right shoulder. All right, let's go over to the live chart, and I want to show you this on the live chart. Now, remember, we have our rules at the top
Okay, so the rules
of the screen, just in case you get lost. Now, these are the Monday boxes. These are automatically drawn today. So if
so the rules aren't there anymore. I don't know why I took it off.
Right, remember, on an invert, complete the right shoulder.
But yeah, so here we have, so which side of the Mondays of the Mondays did the market break out from? Okay, so if we look at this market, if we look at, so we have the Monday session here. Okay, Monday is this box right here. So this was this box right here highlights the Monday time frame. Okay, and it starts from what 11 to about 8. Okay, because after that, that's when obviously the market resets. Okay, at 11. Okay, so then cool. Now we're looking at obviously where did the market break out from, right? So that's the first step. Okay, so it broke out below. It broke through the support. Okay, so what we want to do, so it broke out here. So what we want to do, again, put in the horizontal lines, or you can put a rectangle. It's easier. Obviously, you can just do it one time. Okay, so cool. So highlight there. And again, it's from the body, it's from the wick, so the skinny line, to the body, where the meat of the candle is, right? So just gonna highlight it right there. Okay, so head and shoulders pattern. We've got obviously this one here. That's the left shoulder. Okay, and then the head will be right there. Okay, now it didn't go all the way, but again, it's not always gonna be perfect. But then why I got into this trade is because boom. Okay, rejected off our left shoulder, and now actually she completed it. God damn. So I need to get out of this. Okay, so hence why I got down right here. Now what price is here? What price? If I click this this rectangle line here, it's gonna highlight obviously where it ends and starts. So it ends at the price of it begins at the start of 1538 and ends at 15358. So how does that relate to my entry? So mine is 15417. 15417. So it's not the perfect entry, but it's about here. Actually, well, it's about here. So I got in with a bit of wasn't a sniper to say, but yeah, I got in and obviously rejected off the candle, and now obviously I caught it about here. Okay, so that was my entry. Right side. Okay, so that black line there is my entry. Then boom, it went up and up and up and up to complete obviously the right shoulder. But then again, this is a inverted head and shoulders, right? Remember, I showed you at the start, inverted head and shoulders pattern. So that means we could be looking at a continuation. So if you saw here, inverted head and shoulders. Okay, that's what it looks like is happening here. And again, one trap you want to fall into when just following patterns is you anticipate a pattern is going to do what it normally does. You want to wait for it to do what it's going to do, right? Do not assume. I've been caught out so many times assuming, okay, it's going to complete the right shoulder instead of saying, okay, has it completed the right shoulder, right? So right here, yeah, it was the perfect entry. Or right down here was a perfect entry. So then, boom, I just went in for the buy, and then yeah, we're riding it. So hopefully, I'm hoping. Well, I would like the market to obviously continue going up. This was the level of Monday. So what we may see. Ooh, you see that? Man, you can't write this, right? Look at that. It hit it, rejected off it perfectly. Right? Well, wicked it. It wicked it. But ideally, yes, I want to obviously this to carry on because, of course, I'm in the trade already. Right? But what I'll be looking for is, you'll probably see it, well, I'll keep you guys updated tomorrow, is I want it to go up. Obviously, retest. Okay, and then keep going. Okay, ideally, that's what I want. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, that's what I want. Want it to keep going, retest, breakthrough, retest, and then keep going. That's ideally what I want it to do. Okay, but again, we wait for the market to do what it's going to do. All right, so does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I know this is not, the straight. We're always looking at things that are, very, HFX-esque in terms of results. But let us know, guys. Let us know if that made sense. Any questions? Because this is for you. This is for you. All right, so that was my entry. It's clean entry, very clean. Yeah, any questions, guys? Any questions, guys? Because yeah, I will assume, I don't know, maybe you guys fell asleep, right? Let me know if there are any questions. Otherwise, we'll just call it a day. I'll just assume that everyone got it. And yeah, tomorrow there should be screenshots, whether it's NAS, Bitcoin, right? This made sense. Yeah. And let's see if there's any better ones. Obviously, this works with everything as well. Works with gold, works with works with everything. Works with everything. What about here? Let's see if we got any. Got one here. Look there. Broke through the high, so we'll be looking at sells. Okay, so that could have been an entry on gold. Broke through, retested, and then went in. May you put the name of your broker in the chat. I need to request. Okay, no problem. What else? You got US 30. Actually, there was a lot. I think CHF JPY. That was perfect. So yeah, this is a perfect example of the system. So you've got, starting from here, obviously it broke down the higher point, and again following the rules. Obviously there's buying rules, okay, there are buying opportunities, but yeah, it just seems like every time we look at something there's selling, but eventually obviously things will buy. Yep, so right here, so wick to the body. Okay, so we saw it broke through, it retested perfectly, multiple times actually. So you probably would have been getting in and out every time it retests. That's the time to actually get in. Okay. But yeah, here you would have gone through. Sheesh. Would have retested that final time. And then boom, you would have got into a trade right here. And that would have been 100 pips just from one trade. Right, from one trade. So investing £1 per pip, you would have made 141 pounds, 114 pounds. 10 pence per pip, you would have made what, £11.40, something like that. Yeah, 50 times 100, then what? Well, obviously half, so about 50 something pounds. I enter 15. I only look at NAS. So at 2, and another thing, guys, at 2 o'clock, that's when obviously NAS really moves. So from 3 to 2 to 3, that's when NAS really moves. So if you look here, if I highlight all the 2 p.m. time frames, so I'm going to put vertical lines on 2 o'clock. Okay, so that was 2 o'clock. Well, let's put 2 to 5, 2 to 3, 2 to 3. Okay, let's make them less visible. Okay, so dash there. Let's make it blue. Okay, can't really see it. Okay, now you can. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So yeah, from 2 it starts to move, and then 2 o'clock here. It's no coincidence, right? 2 to 3, starting to move, right? Here again, 2 o'clock. Yeah, it's starting to move. It was a bit slow, but then boom, 2 o'clock, it's starting to move. All right, so 2 again, 2 o'clock. It's all right. See that? Big move from 2 o'clock. So again, hence why I'm only looking at I only trade around 2, 3 o'clock. Why? Because yeah, that's when the movements are happening. Let's look at this trade here. Look at that. Perfect. All right. So that entry, that 5-6, that 6-5-6 entry. So this one right here. 5-6-5-6-5, 15-5-6-5. That was precisely at 2 o'clock. You can't write this stuff, man. Look at that. Perfect. And that 3 obviously is shut down. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the times is right below. Okay, if you're confused, the 2 blue lines is highlighting 2 and 3 p.m. Okay, and every time you guys can see clearly, right? There was a big drop there, it moved, right? Another one here, yeah, it was moving up and down, but it started moving at 2, 3 o'clock. And then here again, obviously started to move. And this one, so today's entry, obviously it happened around 4, 3 o'clock. So 2, 4 o'clock is where, yeah, that's where the moves happen. But yeah, between 2 and 3, that's when typically, yeah, it's really gonna happen. So again here, and again, guys, not a coincidence, right? Every single day, that's because at 2 p.m., that's when the New York session opens. And if you're familiar with the London breakout, where, you know, all the London, the London market opens, so the European market opens, that's when obviously transactions are happening. And yeah, there's a lot of liquidity happening. So yeah, hence why the moves are more rapid. Okay, but the market is going to do what it's going to do anyway. Hence why we can see here that, yeah, you know, it just accelerated the time for us to complete our head and shoulders pattern, right? Don't want the market the chart to get too messy, but yeah, you know, it just accelerated, you know, the completion of our head and shoulders pattern. Okay, so my TP will have been here ideally, you know, the top of that Monday, because now that's the like neckline, you can call it, as you can see here. So yeah, there's a few questions before we wrap up. Which time do you enter? Yeah, so 15 minutes. And what you can also do, guys, is, you know, draw up on the charts. What I actually do is I plug in with the Go Live educators. Okay, so we're so blessed at 2 o'clock to be blessed by so many, you know, Forex traders, right? So first and foremost, you have Lee Allen. Lee Allen's top 5. You know, there's not, you know, most of the time Forex doesn't get a lot of love on the top 5, right? But Lee Allen, she's there for a reason, right? At 1:30 p.m. I don't think she's on tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think she's on tomorrow. But have a look if she's on tomorrow. She may be. But yeah, we had a great result with her today. Wait, is she on? I don't actually have pivots. She is on Friday. Yeah, so 8:30. So that'll be 1:30. So if you have pivots, she actually gives you TPs, take profits, etc. So the screenshot that I dropped in the group, actually. The screenshot that I dropped in the group. Where is it? Yeah, this one right here. That was from the session. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have to tilt your head to the side, but yeah. And those TPs, yeah, they all hit. Okay, so shout out to Madame Allen. Yeah, and then you have others as well. So yeah, I draw up my levels and then I wait. I use their expertise with my levels, right? I use their expertise with my levels. Of course, you don't want to go against what the educators are telling you, because yeah, they're the seasoned vets. But tomorrow, Friday, colors will be around. So if you have colors, you know, they'll be on at 1 a.m. Will we have the L'Oreal? There's so many educators you can use. So 8 a.m. This will be 2. So Patrick Kenny, if you use DeLorean. So yeah, so many guys, so many. So we're gonna call it a wrap. We have been here for a minute. You put the name of your broker in the chat. I need to request a demo broker. Yes, so let me do that right now. Okay, and also, if you want to wait for a certain level to arrive, you can set a price alert. So let's say, for example, you know, we're looking at, so with this would be a buying opportunity. Why? Because, well, we're looking at buys. Why? Because we're looking at buys because yeah, the market broke below, right? So for my people looking for buys, so yeah, step 1, you want the Asian range to be broken below, and then you want it obviously to go up and retest, all right, above the Asian range. All right, so retesting above would, an example of that would be, we'll break below, be here. It's just about broke below. So then you're looking at buys. You want the top of the Asian range. Wasn't the most lucrative this time around. Okay, is there any better examples? Probably here. No. But yeah, and again, it's not always going to give you a perfect setup, but there's more than one pair to obviously look at to find your entries, right? But for me, I just look at NAS. I just look at NAS. That's my baby right here. Okay, so yeah, guys, I appreciate your time. Appreciate every single person being here. It's been a minute. But yeah, guys, if you got any questions, yeah, you can send me your messages. And yeah, I'm gonna drop the things that I use into the chat. Yes, I'm gonna do it while you are on. Cool. Okay, so while I'm here, guys, yeah, you can fire away with questions. Which broker? So FXCM, you can use others. IC Markets is good. IC Markets. You can use Hugo's Way. I use FXCM. Okay, and yeah, you can easily set up a demo account. Obviously, just follow the steps. With Bitcoin, sheesh. But yeah, if I traded Bitcoin, oh God. Actually, I should have chose to trade Bitcoin and then just call it quits. This trade would have, yeah, wrapped it up. Test. Test of Asian range. Perfect retest of Asian range. Sheesh, was that perfect? God damn. Which one doesn't use Bitcoin? Yeah, so the regulated brokers typically don't. You can use your cards, but otherwise, yeah, KOT Forex, Hugo's Way, yeah, they use you can fund with cards. So straightforward as well. You know, there's no limits as well in regards to you know, like HFX. You have to only withdraw a certain percentage. None of that with normal forex broker or regulated forex brokers. You don't have to worry about all that. God damn, that's crazy. 8,000 pip move. Yeah, let me put that in the chat. Yeah, guys, just taking a screenshot of this, guys. So yeah, again, guys, any questions, just keep firing them away while I'm here. And again, the resource to actually learn it, because the key is, guys, not just to jump on these sessions and, you know, say wow, is to really, you know, yeah, what are you gonna do after? If this made sense to you or didn't make sense to you, yeah, levels is right there. Go through, you know, how to use the level system, you know, go through the videos. That's where you're gonna sharpen your skills, right? That's where you're gonna sharpen your skills, guys. So let's get it. Let's get it. But did that entry, my NAS entry, did that make sense? Man, because that was clean. That was clean. Yeah, it was perfect, right, Kay? Perfect. Save. Save that. Let me show people what they missed. And then another one with NAS 100. Let me clean this up a bit. But yeah, guys, the foundation is to go through the academy, guys. All right, that's the foundation. Don't just, you know, draw up on the charts. You don't know what you're drawing. You don't know about TP. You don't know about how to move your stop loss. All of those things is in the academy. All right, I'm just showing you how to use levels, but you're gonna have to know how to use the functions to use levels. Okay, so screenshot here, screen snip. There's a mirror. There's a mirror. A mirror. Yeah, where did my we've got another chat. So yes, it made sense. Cool. Oh, man. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let me just drop that in the chat. Um, nope. Save that. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So yeah, guys, that is a wrap. So yeah, I will love you and leave you. Yeah, where did it go? Yeah, I will love you and leave you. This. Go into this NAS 100 buy from this, from the setup above. The setup above. Hashtag levels, baby. Okay, guys. So that's a wrap, guys. So yeah, appreciate everyone, and we'll see you soon.